Hi, the time is 3:56 p.m. It's Wednesday, March 27th, 2019, and this is just an add-on to the how you guys know how I'm dubbing this all these conversations. They're part of my own for my own purposes and legal purposes that might occur, and it's evolving into something. All right, so like one of the concepts for the evolution of this on Facebook, or anybody that listens to this, do the research. See, at the same time, there's a promotional, event and promotion. See, nobody has promoted in this manner before. All right, so there's gonna be a new way. You're gonna see it later on. It's gonna catch on. All right, it's gonna catch on, but at the same time, if you understand the concept, then you're gonna understand why it's not cool and why it's kind of scary. All right, and I'm not gonna get too much into that because, like I said, the purpose of these conversations are not to be negative. It's not negative conversation. It's just me simply doing a review of stuff that happened in my life and up to this date. Pretty much to this point. All right, and like I said, I'm promoting Dominic's 2122 and Moonstar 238855, and like I said, hopefully they don't erase all those channels that were on YouTube. Hopefully the Desi account and all those, hopefully they don't go away, because see, if they go away, if all those channels that have nothing to do with me and Play-Doh 28, if all those channels disappear and they get erased, it's because they know they're kind of admitting that there's something there, and they're trying to start hide the tracks, because they didn't ever think that anybody was gonna get kind of like sucked into the situation the way that I did. All right, and for the most part, like I said, that Dominic still went to. See, I'm not the first person that he does this to. See, I'm not the first person that this happens to. See, and this has happened to other people. It's just that the other people, they were unaware to make the connections, or they were unable to make the connections of the, because most people don't dedicate themselves to one game. They don't. Most people don't dedicate. Like I said, most people. I'm not saying everybody, because there is exceptions. Like I said, I've been playing that game. I started playing that game since 2006, and ever since I got into it, like pretty much I play it every chance that I get. I play it. All right. And there's, like I said, I'm putting this number out there because, like I said, the information on this is just accurate, and it's scary how accurate it is. And I seen the people that are involved in that situation, they started getting kind of scared, and that's why they started pushing me away from everything, because they're trying to block me. They're trying to block me from making the connections to all this. And like I said, this is it. Me becoming homeless. No, that's the final. That's the final. The final attempt to make sure that all this, that it gets drowned out. Because if I go missing, because I'm stating it that I'm in a situation where I'm gonna end up homeless. All right. So once that happens, and it's easy for me to get lost. All right. See, it's easy for me to get lost, and it benefits me. It benefits me for my own reasons. If I had intentions of doing anything where getting lost is the purpose. All right. But for situations like this, that's not the case. See, for the situation, if I end up getting lost in the system or in the crowd, like I said, all this was an attempt to pretty much to silence the situation and silence any attention to this, because there's a lot of money involved. See, and I don't mean there's a lot of like money involved, like literally, like between people and people, but person and person. Even though maybe there is, all right. But I mean, there's a lot of money involved in the situation that pretty much there's a lot of money involved in the scam that they're running, all right. Because whether you guys acknowledge it or not, the situation that I'm talking about is a legal scam. It's a legal scam. There's nothing illegal about it, except that right now that I'm bringing light to it, if everybody starts complaining about it and they start seeing it, see, the government doesn't want you all doing this. Because if everybody does the same concept, then nobody's benefiting from it. Understand that. See, it's the same thing. It's the same thing that they talk about, where pretty much if everybody's equal, then there's no kind of like there's no way of motivating people to do stuff. But you see, that doesn't work on everybody because some people just simply don't care. See, and that's what they don't understand. That some people just simply don't care about. Pretty much, some people don't care about the bullshit that they get fed. All right. They don't care. They don't buy it. They literally don't buy the bullshit that they get fed. All right. And I'm not trying to be negative. I need you guys to understand the seriousness of these conversations. Right. And see, the purpose of these conversations right now is that this is an experiment, and the topic is lies and results. And a lot of situations that a lot of the things that people don't realize. See, lies can be innocent, lies can be hurtful, and lies can be like whatever, but lies can also be deadly. And those are the ones that people don't realize. That sometimes when people lie, because of one lie, the outcome could have been very, very like whatever. But because of people's lies, the outcome can get escalated to a situation where it's out of control. Because if that lie is being told in the right way, in the right place, then that lie affects many people. And everybody is different to the way they react to situations. All right, and that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying about this. Right, because I did try asking for help. See, I tried asking for help from new people, because asking for help from people that you already had issues with is just dumb. Because you already had issues with those people, so no matter what, like once you have issues with people, people don't realize this. Once you have issues with a person, you're always gonna have issues with that person, because something about the chemistry between you two, it clashes, or because of the raisings, the way you guys get raised, and a lot of it has to do with deep culture, all right, with deep culture beliefs in the way that they are, and see, a lot of the anger that that the generations carry are ancient anger from like the early tribes, and I'm not talking about like small tribes. I'm talking about like the bigger tribes. Like talking about like I'm not talking about basketball here. I'm talking about like the barbarians, and all that, the Slavs. See, that's just a quick example of what I mean by the tribes. And of course, there is American tribes, and there's tribes. Last names are part of a tribe. The last names represent. See, like in Spain, your last name represents what city you're from, right? So like me, like my last name is Carmona, so that means that my family descends from the city of Carmona in Spain. And that's the connection I'm trying to show you. See that the names carry information, and it's part of the tribes. So something like that, like I'm saying, Carmona, Carmona. See, that's a Spanish name. Right? That's a Spaniard name. See, all my last names are Spaniard names. I'm not gonna give you guys all my last names, but like I said, if anybody becomes interested in this topic, this is gonna be evaluated, and if it reaches a level that I'm thinking, all this information is gonna get evaluated by scientific people, like government people. So you, the listener, you're a scientist, and you're a government official that you're listening to this, see, I knew you were gonna be listening to this, and these tapes are in one way it's me putting information there for you to further the situation, and if you're smart enough, then you understand that what I'm doing here. See, if you don't want to do anything about it, like to help the situation or like help me out or see if I'm right or not, then you know that the information that I'm providing here can be used for scientific data and research. All right, because this is the kind of stuff that you guys are looking into. Right, this is the kind of you guys don't want to admit to it, but I'm the kind of person that you guys want. I'm the kind of person that you guys want working on kind of like stuff like this. See, I was able to track down this guy. See, I was able to track down this guy. That he's been plaguing the PlayStation, the PlayStation Warhawk, ecosystem for a long time, and he's probably been plaguing other games because I know he's into Destiny and other games like that. See, but Warhawk is a game that he spent most of his time. See, and what I'm trying to point out right here, to government officials or any scientific people. See, I was able to get that guy to let his guard down. I was able to let that guy. See, that guy's been hiding. That guy's been hiding for a long time. See, he's been hiding. He's been doing alternate accounts, and he switches around because every time that he starts doing stupid shit, he gets scared of the repercussions, so he moves around. All right, and like I said, most people won't take anything serious to this kind of topic because it has to do with games. But you guys don't understand that the game economy is becoming a big deal. So if this kind of stuff doesn't get, if this kind of stuff doesn't get weeded out or, dealt with now, it's gonna the integrity of all the economy of the gaming system that the gamers or the developers are working for, it's gonna be plagued. It's gonna be plagued with a lot of issues, and in the end, if that doesn't get solved, it's gonna be the downfall of all that, and it's gonna be the reason why it doesn't ever take over, like why it doesn't ever take off. See, and then you understand why consoles and groups, and by consoles I mean like consoles, like why there's console tribes. All right, I'm gonna call it like that. Like Nintendo is a console tribe, PlayStation is a console tribe, Xbox is a console tribe, and Atari is a console tribe. All the gaming companies now, those are the tribes. All right, those are the groups, and that's the reason why they succeed like that, because see, anybody in the system knows that what I'm talking about is true. Anybody that works with computers knows that. See, they have high tech software. I don't. See, all I'm working is off a basic laptop and a phone. Right? That's it. A basic $180 laptop and like a $40 phone. Right? And for like a little bit, I was working off a $200 phone, but that was towards the end of 2018, and pretty much all this data has been collected before that. So that's what I'm trying to say. See, you guys have sophisticated software, and for you guys it's easier for that to do this. And like I said, for that person, Dominic2122, it's like he was doing that. So I'm just telling you. See, all this stuff, I'm putting it for you guys to understand what I'm trying to say. All right. See, because the main issue is that a lot of lies were told in this situation. See, and the only outcome that I understand from what kind of like the way Bertha is you trying to provoke a situation so that I'm the one that walks away, and I'm the one that feels like pretty much like I abandoned my family. And I told her that I couldn't do that. I told her since the longest that I couldn't do that I couldn't be the one to walk away, because as long as I'm the one that walked away, see, if I'm the one that walked away, then to me that's always gonna be there, and I can't have it like that. See, so the way that the way that it ended, and she decided to walk away because she realized that whatever she was looking for, whatever she was looking for, she found it already, or she already seen that the situation with me is not what she wanted. And like I said, that's okay. Like, I understand that. Like, there's something. See, I'm not mad about that. Like I said, she was trying to make it seem like I was mad about that, and she even got her dad involved in it. So I'm saying this for the record because, see, I'm saying this for anybody that's aware of the situation. See, I want to talk about some stuff, and for that reason, I'm gonna break this conversation down because I'm gonna focus on that topic right now. For I'm gonna try to keep it short, like maybe like 20 minutes, but depending on the conversation, on how it goes, and the connections that I could point out to you, then you guys will understand why I'm trying to say that this is a big deal, because any regular person that tries to exploit this the way they did, if I would use this like that, if I would use the information that I have the way that Dominic's 2122 used it, I will find myself in legal trouble because it is illegal. I'm telling you. See, that's why when people go to that's why they have confidentiality, paperwork and places where certain information is meant to be kept private. See? But the thing about that is that concept itself is a third-party system. See, when a person goes to a lawyer to ask for help, let's say I'm gonna try not to put it to innocent or guilty, but let's say when a person goes to a lawyer and asks for help, they create a confidentiality bond, and pretty much anything that the guy tells them, within certain limits, because there is a limit to these confidentiality bonds. There's a limit to what can be told and what can be told and what can be allowed for the person to walk around free. And only they're aware of the limits, because whenever they meet people that reach that limit, then they gotta out them out. They gotta report them, and the way that they report them is that they report them in a way where they don't make it obvious that it was them. That. But the thing that people are not understanding is that, see, all that stuff is put there for a serious reason. It's not just because. See, and I'm gonna explain why.